Why most junk removal services fail, part 2. Too much overhead. Yeah, way too much overhead. You bought a truck, you finance that truck. You bought a trailer, you finance that trailer. You're overspending on apps, you're overspending on SEO. You paid someone to answer your phone overseas. You paid some Indian to build your website. You're overspending. You spent too much, and your overhead ultimately killed you. This business is a low overhead, high return business, but you made it something different. You decided to add a truck and a trailer you never needed, and now you're paying full coverage because you still owe it to the bank, or you owe it to a dealer, or you owe it to your family member. You decided to go get branded, but you had no business. You have no jobs. Ultimately, that's what it takes. Or maybe you overbought on your vehicle or your equipment. Or maybe you didn't need a big trailer. You could have done it with a small F-150. You started out with too many expenses, and it gobbled your business up. It gobbled your business because you overspent on the smallest things. The most important things of this business that 15 years ago were just a truck and a trailer and posting on Craigslist, you went all out. You decided to spend money on things that were so irrelevant in this business. And you got caught up. Not only that, but you put your living expenses to take away from your business, and then you're wondering why and how this happened. You bought equipment that was not necessary. You bought a big old truck, a dump trailer for an F-150 that makes no sense whatsoever, and I see it every day, by the way. But you overspent on the things that weren't essential for junk removal. Such a big part of this business is keeping low overhead. So when you open a retail store, you know the biggest thing about a retail store is the rent. It's about 40% of any retail business. The rent is 40%. In junk removal, we don't have that. But you know what we did? We made that. We provided that extra expense. But in what? How did we do that? How did the junk removal industry add the rent aspect? I'm going to tell you how we did it. We went off and we got these apps, these Workies apps. We added that expense. We added an extra expense by overspending on trucks. We financed every truck and every trailer. And then we added SEO. We added website building. We added lead generation. And we got caught up. We overspent on our trucks and our trailers. And it made no sense for us to stay in business anymore. Most of these businesses will fail because we buy a big truck. We buy a big trailer and we have no jobs to show for it. We started this business with nothing, with no jobs, and we overspent on the smallest things that were necessary to run this business. And that's why we're closing and we're going out of business. This is how to build a junk removal service that will fail, part 2.